Welcome back, family. It is Tera Chantelle, and we back at it with another Tera Talk where we really dissect this generation and have an intimate dialogue between one another. And today I just want to remind you, family, that it's no such thing as failure. I know. The culture, society has been trying to scare you away from living your dreams, from living your truth and expressing who you are because you have failure in the back of your mind. But you cannot fail at this life. You cannot lose at this life. The only L's we taking is lessons. And if you learn something from a situation, a circumstance, it's truly a blessing in itself. Take everything with a grain of salt. Look at the positive in this life instead of what could have happened, what should have happened, and what is happening for you, because it's always working out for your favor. But do you trust it though? Do you believe that everything is working out in your favor? Do you actually believe in yourself, in your vision, and in your truth to stand 10 toes down and do what you gotta do, no matter what obstacle will come your way, no matter what doubters, no matter what haters, no matter any circumstances? Will you be able to stand 10 toes down in what you gotta do? It's all up to you, but you cannot allow failure to get in the way because it doesn't exist. Let me tell you something. Learning about technology and operating a camera and getting into filmmaking, I ran into a lot of little hiccups, but I didn't look at it as a failure. I'm like, wow, now I know what angle to shoot from. Now I know how to position the lights. Now I know how to position the camera. Now I know how to get in focus, and I know how to do certain things. I didn't look at the obstacle that was presented. I looked at it like, wow, this is a lesson that I can learn from. And it really matters is the experience life that you have. The experience matters so much. So if you out on the field playing, instead of being a critic in the crowd, and you're out in the field getting the exposure, getting the experience, working hard, putting in that work, putting in that sweat, now you learn from this game. No matter if it's a win or if it's a loss, it's still, what did you learn from this? What did you take away from this blessing? Because it's always a little bit of blessing up in everything. But it's about you rewiring your mind to see it as a blessing. It's just about having this mindset shift and rewiring your brain to see the positive instead of the negative. We have been trained to look at the negative. We have been trained to not speak life over ourselves, to speak death, and to put these spells over our day. But if we wake up and tell ourselves it's gonna be a great day, if we look in the mirror and understand we only have one body, this one avatar that we were blessed to have, are you gonna make it count? Are you going to really tackle everything that you were set to do and not let failure get in the way of that? You're really going to allow failure. What does failure even mean? It's an illusion. It's truly when you place fear upon your journey, and now you're talking yourself out of doing magic. You're talking yourself out of living your truth. You're talking yourself out of doing what you were called to do here, because you're standing in your own way, labeling things a failure, labeling things what it's really not. We came here to learn. We came here to grow. We came here to discover ourselves and to express our inner being whichever way we see fit in this avatar, in this body. But how to play this game correctly is by enjoying it. Is by one step at a time, understanding that it's blessings in every single lesson, and just shift your perspective to this life. Once you shift your perspective, you get centered into your breath, and that just makes you just be grateful for the simple present moment of simply just being alive. If you get into a traumatic situation, just center yourself back. I'm still here. I maybe have to come out of pocket. I may have to just spend some extra money, but I'm still here. I still got some time on this clock. And that's what we have to trust. That is what we have to focus on, to just see this life as you experiencing lessons after lessons after lessons. And trust me, if you pass this lesson, you move on to the next and the next and the next. But if you don't learn your lesson, if you get ungrateful on this journey, if you get negative, if you get in your head, if you get in your own way, then the test will get presented over and over again until you pass. It's just like that, because that's all we're in right now is Earth School. This is a school. This is a lesson. So truly what we're chasing after, we can't even take with us. So what we should put our focus on is how much knowledge and wisdom and love and experience and friendships and family and memories can we gain on this journey. Because everything else, we can't even take with us. We can't even take with us, baby. So what matters most is just enjoying this beautiful journey for what it is, and trusting that you did not fail. You got something out of it. You got something out of it. Never label yourself as a failure. The only way you can truly be a failure is if you give up. But we're not going to give up. Have patience with yourself and just execute every step of the way. Execute. 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 Execute your ideas, one foot after the other. And look at everything that's just a little bump or hiccup as a lesson that you're going to learn from, and then that you're about to just jump over to the next. On to the next, just like that. But don't label anything for what it's not. It's truly a blessing in disguise, because you learned a lesson from that. Just don't give up on this journey. Have grace with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak life to yourself. And everything will be easier. Choose you at the end of the day. That's how I'm going to leave it every time. Because you can never do yourself dirty. You can never do yourself wrong when you put yourself first. It's no longer that we're going to betray ourselves. We're going to take ownership over our lives. We're going to have autonomy over our lives. And we're going to bet on ourselves this time around. I appreciate you, family, so much for tuning in, tapping in. It is Tera Chantelle. Please hit that subscribe button and let me know, how do you overcome your obstacles on this journey? I'll meet you at the top, baby.